All right, welcome back to the Laser Podcast. This is definitely not the third take. Nuh-uh. So this is
What? This is the 10th take.
no,
What the
no. This is the
fuck,
third.
man?
This is the
Skip it.
first take. Jolly. This is my co-host Jolly. He's definitely gonna contribute a lot to the conversation. Yes,
I'm jolly.
and he's Jolly, and we're gonna talk about what Blip asked. Wow, that's crazy.
What did Flip
Okay. All right, Jolly. Fine. I'll just time to leak everything. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right.
Question 1.
All right.
Is tuning good or bad?
Dude. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should just not. I already uploaded the first. I already uploaded the first one. I already uploaded the first thing. So what Blip is asking is a lot of like, quote unquote, good or bad stuff, right? And like, there's two main things I want to say. The first thing is that it depends on context, right? Like, he doesn't give any context, and I guess he could just be giving me, like, things I could be giving my opinion about, but, like, you gotta give context. Good or, like, is tuning good or bad for what? Is it good or bad in the context of high-level racing? Is it good or bad for TTing? Is it good or bad for having fun? Is it good or bad for learning how to boat race? Is it good or bad for being artistic? Is it good or bad for, I don't know, context matters, because, like, it might be good in some contexts, but bad in other contexts. It might be good or bad depending on how it's used, right? Etc. The second thing is like, so I just wanted to make it clear, first off, that like, I'm not all knowing, and like, my opinions are not like an objective truth. And that goes for everyone, right? People
Nah,
have
mine
their
are always the truth.
okay, well, barring Jolly, he's an exception. People have their own opinions and stuff, and there is no like best one. I really should structure these fucking like this is just like it's going worse. I think this is going worse than the first one. So what I mean by that is like for the context of high level competitive boat racing, right? Like BWC or Summit or whatever, right? Like people have their own opinions and ideas of what competitive racing should look like. For example, 2818 thinks that it's mostly about fun. Like, if it's not fun, then what's the point? I have the opinion of, like, the fastest boat racer should win, and that should be the most important. Fun is not that important. Because, I can back it up by, like, I can get my reasoning with, like, okay, like, if you show up, like competitive track and field meets, right? Or, like, competitive, like baseball or football, or sports in general. Like the point is to win, right? That's the main thing. Like when you're entering a competition for a sport, you're trying to win. That's like the main thing. You can have fun. It's not against the rules to have fun, but like the main focus is competition and rewarding the best person that day or whatever, right? The best player of the sport. So that's why I think competitive boat racing should be about who the best driver is and making sure that the best driver like wins, right? And that means that giving them overtaking mechanics, or like giving them a track with overtaking mechanics, so that if they end up behind a slower driver, they can overtake them without being slowed down. That means that you should have the track be difficult enough to separate the fast drivers from the slow drivers on race pace, right? That's what that means. Two-way idea is if it's like if it's not fun, what's the point, right? So he's gonna prioritize things like 28G DRS thing because that's more fun. I think that's what I think that's what he said. No, I might be wrong about that. But like he and all the time says like it should be about having fun. And I'm not gonna say that either of these opinions are objectively correct. Everyone's gonna have their own opinions, and everyone can agree with me or agree with 28 or have their own thoughts. But I mean, yeah. So I don't know where I was going with. I guess that was what I was mostly trying to say. But like, I mean, I thought I was gonna go somewhere further with that, but I mean, I guess not. I don't know. So like, is tuning good or bad? It depends on what your opinions like. Okay, so first off, it depends on the context. Let's just say high level competitive racing. And then beyond that, it depends on your opinions on what that should look like, right? I guess so. Luck might be a better example. In 2.8, so first off, context, high level competitive racing. Second off, the opinion on what that should look like, in my eyes, it shouldn't, because luck means that the better driver might actually be punished because of their bad luck and then not win the race, right? Or beat someone with lower skill level, or the worst driver, right? But in Two-Way's case, if luck is more fun, then that's a good thing, right? Then it would be fine to use a competitive track. So, like, it just comes down to what you think competitive racing should be about. When making an event, for Summit, for example, maybe not for Summit. I don't want to talk about, I don't know, I don't want to commit to talking about Summit. But, like...
You want to talk about Summit?
I don't know, not right now, no.
You want to talk about last year's Summit?
No. So if you want to make a league, you can either, or I say either, you can do a variety of things. You can define the league that meets your idea of what competitive racing should look like, right? Like, if you're trying to make a competitive racing league, then you can make your mission statement and make your choices to find, or like, according to what your ideas are, your ideals are for competitive racing. Another thing you can do is much more tailor it to your audience and what they think, right? Now this is fucked because everyone everyone's scattered, right? Like, if I were to do it and like my audience was 2-8 and Lapis, then I would just be cooked because like they have like very different ideas from what it looks like. So that's just cooked. But like there should be overall like an in general idea of like what it should look like.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like there's things that people can kind of agree on, right? And like, for example, the competitive like high top level competitive track ranking thing, like track quality results. There you go. Like, people kind of agree that they should have overtaking mechanics. People think that it should be about fun. So like you can do things like polls to kind of get an idea of like what people want. So if you want to host a league about competitive racing, you can look at this and be like, oh yeah, so I should probably like make decisions like to have tracks that have overtaking mechanics. I should make decisions to, make the tracks and or events and or overall experience fun, right, and so on. And this poll, by the way, is only like filled out by like the people I chose as like the top level racers back in spring 2025. So if you wanted to host a league, you should probably maybe do your own poll with the audience you had. For example, like PCC, you wouldn't use the results of this poll or this form necessarily because, like, honestly, these people are a minority. Like, there's so many scrubs and like new viewers that like showed up to BCC that like just basing everything off of this is just not the way to go. So yeah. Yeah. So, but then the thing is, if you do that, then you might be sad because like, what other people think is not in line with what you think. And then that's sad. And it's like, yeah. But then if you go with option one, like I said earlier, if you just heavily prioritize your own ideas and ideals, then your audience might be like, oh, this is dumb, and just not show up. Which, so yeah, you might have to strike a balance, right? Yeah. Is there anything else I could say regarding this? I think what I said about opinions should apply to all future podcasts. Like, if I talk about, like, I could just, like, talk about, like, what I think the top tracks are for high-level competitive racing and why. But, like, for videos like those, it's just, like, well, this is just my opinion, right? This is based on my priorities, what qualities I think are important, and then, and then, like, other people's qualities and stuff are gonna, not match mine, and then, yeah, so, and another thing is that these opinions and qualities and priorities change over time, right? Like, recently, like, in the past, like, year, I've focused a lot, like, I've come to realize, like, the difficulty of the track matters a lot more than I was, like, giving credit for, like, before. I wasn't thinking about it much in the past, but, like, Now I'm like, oh yeah, it's actually pretty freaking important, right? So people's ideas like 2-8 may eventually like not care about having fun as much, right? Maybe, or maybe he won't. I don't know. But yeah, so, and that goes for the general populace too. Like eventually, like, I was gonna say this used to be like the highest rated thing, but that was only because this didn't exist yet. Or maybe this would have been lower. I don't know. But like in general, like people's ideas, like even like mass people's of ideas can change over time. So yeah. Yep. So yeah. Okay. Joey, did I forget anything?
In terms of this subject,
Yeah.
probably not.
Okay.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah. So I'm at 1K subscribers. Woo! Let's talk about
I'm
this.
jolly.
He's jolly. I was at 999, and then I hit 1K, and then I said this, and then wait, okay, and then I said this, and then someone unsubscribed, and we went back to 999, and now we're back at 1K. So, and now we're back at 999. Oh! Oh my God, we're farming 1K subscribers. Yeah. So this is our first
Oh my word.
1K subscriber special. I will for now say each 1K subscriber, like each time we reach 1K subscribers, I will make another podcast episode. I now owe you guys one more, and then once someone subscribes, I'll owe you another one. And the deal can be canceled at any time. Yep. I don't know. Yep. Okay. That sounds fun. Man, this take was so much less energetic and fun than the other one.
I mean, to be fair, you're just rehashing what you did in the last one.
I know. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Say bye. Bye. Wait, hold. Say bye. Bye.